Yo guys, what is going on? Welcome back to another video on the channel. Hopefully you guys are having a great weekend and everything is going well for you guys in your life. That I'm always hoping for. But aside from that, we have a very interesting video today because the market is crashing. It's been crashing for a couple of days. You can't blame it on me because I made a video this week talking about how probably selling on Wednesday, Thursday would be a good idea. And funny enough, I actually didn't sell a lot of my cards. So guys, overall, trading has been really hard this year. There's not too much that's working. It's really hard to make coins. I feel like coins are going a lot further if you have a couple mil than they did in previous FIFAs. Just to be honest with you guys, like, I didn't sell a Ben Yedder overnight, and I got stuck with one, and, I lost a lot of coins. So I've been losing a lot of coins recently between buying teams. Rewards are hard to make coins. And not only that, a lot of things dropping out of packs. For example, I bought Lautaro Martinez thinking he would go up out of packs. He went from 28 to like 26, right? I bought Meunier at 13, thought the links were good. He's discard, right? So a lot of the market is really struggling outside of the fodder department of things. And I've even got some cards that, I bought as investments for Thursday's rewards, and I'm losing a ton of coins in them. So I just want you guys to be able to understand I lose coins all the time. It's not an easy year to make coins. It's a very challenging year. Today, we're going to talk about a couple of things. We're going to kind of look at the current market crash that we have. I'm going to give you guys some perspective on that. And then we're going to be talking about next Friday because, boy, oh boy, is FIFA about to get crazy in like a week. It's going to get really, really nuts. This is a really kind of slow week. There's been also a couple of leaks going around just about some things. And before we get into anything in today's video, if you enjoy the video, drop a thumbs up. And what I was really, kind of getting to is that we've got some new pack types added. I think it was 2 days ago. There was some new pack types that were added. So I always like to go over these with you guys because I feel like, they are not really leaks. They just get put into the code. So I think they're just good to talk about. And yeah, so we've got an 80 plus team of the week pack, which is a team of the week player from 1 to 7. I'm assuming this is going to be out on Tuesday, and this will be repeatable for 10 times. Tuesdays kind of seem like the team of the week day content. And yeah, I'm assuming that's going to be out on Tuesday. So as you guys know, if you want to make coins on that, it's tough to really understand exactly how EA are requiring, those SBCs. There was 1 week where they did 85 overall in hires, and that's why, they spiked. You can see on Monday to Tuesday, we went up 3,000 coins a card, which in this economy is really a great return. And then you can see most of Mondays and then Tuesdays, they're either holding value. So Tuesdays are team of the week day. You've also got the chance that 84s could go up. There's been 2 different requirements so far for these kind of packs where they've done 84 or higher and then 85 and higher players, right? So it just depends on what EA require. Your safest bet for this is to buy 84s and 85s. I guess we could see an entirely new trend this time around. Maybe EA is going to come out of nowhere and like ask for 86s, but I don't really see that. So that's going to be out on Tuesday, guys, just so you watch this video and you can prepare. If you want to do it 10 times, stock your club with 84, 85s today and tomorrow. Usually by Sunday, Monday, they start going up. People invest in them. And also Monday, we do get some pack content usually. Last week, we got an 85 plus team of the week player. The week before, we had an icon pack. The week before, we had a hero pack or vice versa. So we also got France, England, Germany, 83 plus pack. This will be one player from France, England, or Germany, 83 plus. So yeah, and then these are probably, these said they're old and they've been removed. So these are basically the packs that are getting replaced. That's what happens in the code sometimes. Brazil, Argentina, Spain, 83 plus pack. So same thing. And really you're going to be doing those to be saving those guys for Friday. And we're going to talk about that. That's why EA is doing these. This is basically like a warm-up promo that we've got going on right now. Untradeable rare election player pack. And then untradeable prime electrum, untradeable. So they replaced base or mid icon, which is swaps. They removed some swaps packs. Untradeable jumbo rare, untradeable ultimate pack. So these are probably some login rewards if I'm going to take a guess, guys. And they might actually be in the objectives right now. We got to take a look at that. So that's all the new That's all new packs that were added in the last little bit of time. Really the investable part I see about it is that you guys could potentially invest in 84 85s. That's probably your safe bet during this kind of market crash instead of doing the metas. Now you've got a SBC daily login. Make sure you guys are doing this. I still haven't done mine. I've got to do it. You get a free 83 plus player. You save it for Friday. And everybody who's playing this game right now, you guys should all be saving packs for this upcoming Friday. This upcoming Friday, guys, is the start of like the World Cup content. There's nothing really in packs right now. The team of the week is shocking. Everything is shocking. If you're playing weekly, do not open your packs. Save them. Trust me, it's going to be worth it. Just save them. We did get a new like dynamic duo yesterday. If you guys are interested in this. I don't think either player looks that crazy. You got a nice La Liga left back. Mendy's probably still better. Hate to be that guy. Stuani, nothing too crazy there. Probably lengthy, 94 strength, 73 agility, but there's also a lot of alternative strikers. So would like to see objectives be a little bit better for the players. We talked about this week with like Emery Moore and stuff like that. Before we get anything market related, we had so much content that came out late yesterday. I think EA had some stuff that was getting delayed. We've got an Higuain SBC. This is actually a really interesting card because it is a really nice card. 4-4 high-low. The agility balance isn't great, but the strength is great and the shooting is great. 96 shot power, also the outside foot shot trait. My problem with this card is that, yes, it is an SBC at 55K, and it's going to be nice to craft into. I genuinely think this card will be like 20K on the market. The market is so low this year. It's like we've got to like rewire our brains to understand how prices are this year. Like in a normal FIFA, if there's an end of an era Higuain, like even with this card going onto the market, it's probably in the 100,000 coin range. But this year, it's just so different. 85 is not bad, though. If you do get some fodder, it's a really nice card to craft into, and you can get them for 15 days. So I like to see, a premium SBC getting released this early on in the year. I don't think anyone's going to complain about that. We also got Lewandowski Player of the Month. I just like to funnel through the SBCs with you guys when they do get dropped. This is actually a decent card. I played his goal yesterday. He's not terrible. You're better off saving your coins and getting the ones to watch. This has an 85% downvote on flipping. His ones to watch is like 350. This is a 280K SBC. Even with fodder, you're going to have better things that you can craft into. Now, Gakpo has an 80% upvote, and the reason for that is that he's a very good card. Gakpo had a Player of the Month that I actually did, but then I didn't use anymore, so I put him into an SBC. This card got +1s all around the board, so nothing too crazy with the upgrade. And it does need 2 squads, but you only need an 83 and an 84, which is not terrible. 32,000 coins for this card, guys. There is some value to be had there. It's a nice card. Good finishing. Just good overall stats with this card. You can't go wrong. Good traits as well, finesse and outside foot. And he's killing it in the Eredivisie this year. So he's got his 2nd Player of the Month already. So make sure you guys do your daily login. You also get a nice little gold pack. And just start saving packs. I think the best thing you guys can do for this upcoming Friday is just save packs, man. There's going to be a lot of stuff in packs, and we're going to go over that. But first of all, before we go over that, we are going to go over the market a little bit because there's been some crazy things happening on the market. So as I told you guys, I've already lost some coins on some cards that I had been holding. Now, a couple of things have happened, right? And the first thing that I'll point out before we even look at Ben Yedder's price, because he's just an example of a player that I've been looking at. Number one is that we got a lot of upgrades yesterday. So basically what happened was yesterday, we didn't have a promo, we didn't have a new team, but a lot of people either had cards like Benacer or Zambo, and these cards got upgraded to be very usable, and they were kind of outdated. So what a lot of people did yesterday, just to get you guys to understand what happened with the market, a lot of people just went into their teams, sold a lot of their players to get these players back in their team, and then buy players like Tomori, Teo Hernandez. A lot of people went Serie A. Bisaka got a really nice upgrade. Simone got a nice upgrade. Icone. There was a lot of players that got great upgrades. Even Messi, even Valverde. So a lot of people went to go use these cards, and that was really what happened yesterday. The shift of interest, was really crazy yesterday with that. So that was like the main catalyst, I think, originally for this crash. But also, when I started to see that there was no promo really coming out, and or at least promo team, and the market was crashing, that's when I really knew that this is actually a real crash. And in my experience in the past, the crash before the actual promo is always the lowest, right? Usually, I will say that, usually with out of packs cards and everything like that, when people are selling up in advance, that's actually the best time to buy. So in the past, in previous FIFAs, right, it wouldn't be a surprise to me to see that, oh, this weekend right now that you guys are watching this video is going to be the lowest for many of these cards, whether it's out of packs metas like Ben Yedder, like Salah. But what I will say is that we've got to adapt, and I feel like the market is so different these days. At least last year and this year, with the way that EA is running the pack weight, and just with everything going on, there's so much more content now than there was in, for example, FIFA 18 or FIFA 19. So what I think that's really actually doing to the market is that, yes, there's probably going to be a little bit of a buyback this week. I think the market is going to get so low over this weekend that people are going to buy back. But I think there's a chance that it's going to go low again, because I think we're going to get a lot of content and a lot of supply, and I think a lot of people are saving packs for this upcoming week. Now, we've got some crazy drops in the market. Like, for example, Gold Mbappe, who I think is the most meta player in this game, is down to 1.32, and that's why I'm saying, the coins this year, if you have 3 or 4 mil, you have so many coins. This is the best card in the game, in my opinion. There's no better card than Mbappe between jam, attack positioning, and he's down 150K overnight. So what you're going to probably see with a lot of these cards is these kind of periods of crazy drops, right? He was 146 yesterday. He goes 1319, and then he goes back up to 1384. So what's going to happen is that people are going to panic sell, and then they're going to decide, oh, wait, it's too low. I'm going to buy back in, right? But it's not sustainable. So you can make coins off all this panic, but it's not going to be sustainable long term, because I think a lot of people are just going to be really hesitant to buy, and a lot of people are going to be preferring to sell for the next couple of days as we head into the World Cup kind of section of this FIFA. You guys have to remember that in FIFA 18, when we did get the World Cup mode in that summer, we had the biggest market crash of all time. We had players like Sergio Ramos, Team of the Year. We genuinely had them dropping like, I'll show you guys right now, just so everybody who's watching the video can get an idea of what I'm talking about with a World Cup mode market crash. So this is like basically what happened, right? We've got this insane crash, right? Like this World Cup mode made certain players just drop in half in FIFA 18. So this trend is very real, but obviously World Cup mode, it's not going to be entirely the same as FIFA 18, where in FIFA 18 a lot of the big deal was that a lot of people were using their foot coins on the World Cup mode and then getting the packs on FIFA Ultimate Team as well. So there was all this like duplicate supply. But as you can just see, like you can add cards in the market. You can see that Mbappe's just obviously dropping, right? He's dropping. He's not selling. He's clearly dropping. So this trend, I wouldn't be surprised if this does continue to happen. The thing that's different in FIFA nowadays is that we have all these like trading groups, and we have a lot of people in this community that are a lot more knowledgeable about trading. So I'm not going to be surprised if there's times where people like call the bottom collectively and say, oh, this is too low, we're all going to buy, and then the market shoots up for a day or two. But I just wouldn't let it, I wouldn't let it bother you. I wouldn't join in on that, because I don't see a reason why this market is just going to go to the moon in the next couple of days, because as we know, there's a planned date next Friday, and people are going to wait for that. People are going to wait to see what's going on with that before they do anything, before they buy players. And people know as well that EA is very capable of killing the market. And I think the scariest card to be in right now, if you're watching this video and you don't really know what to do with your team, the scariest players to be in right now are golds. I'm very scared about golds, because I know that there's going to be a lot of supply coming with this World Cup. And there's just a lot of uncertainty. These are the cards that also could have the highest return, because I think these are going to be the cards that are panic sold the most. These are going to be the cards that people just do not want to buy. Let's look at Vinny Jr. So he's 134, and these mid tiers are my favorite, not the Mbappe, Neymar. Any player that's like 150 to 30 to 40K in that range are my favorite, because these are the players that people are going to be going for during a market crash. So yesterday Vinny was 160, and just a couple days ago he's 173. This morning he was down at 126. You can see he goes back up to 135. So the way you can play these kind of crashes, right? You can kind of see if he's dropping, right? Does he start to rise a little bit? And if he does, you can snipe at like 123, and then you can kind of sell at like 137, right? That's really nice profit. So right now he's sitting at 133, and we're heading into content time. So a lot of people are probably starting to sell again. There's more uncertainty. You can see on bid, he's not even selling for 129. That's telling you there's not a lot of demand. So my favorite players to trade with over these next couple of weeks, if you guys are looking to trade with cards, is going to be the out of packs cards. And I will say this, right? Market crashes are there. A lot of times it scares a lot of people, but overall, market crashes are actually really good to make coins in, because you have these periods where the cards are dropping, and then they start rising, right? Because there's less panic, and then there's less supply actually on the market. So watch out for that. Out of packs cards are probably the best look that you guys can go for between old team of the weeks. We can go ahead and I could show you guys on flipping, but I think it's going to be a lot of uncertainty for the next couple of days. I really do. I don't see a reason why, cards would really go to the moon. And what's really crazy is that this whole out of position team just dropped a ton. None of these players went up out of packs. Perisic was on his way to 150K. Investors started to buy him at 115, 116, went up to 140. Right now he's 96K. Yesterday he was 130K. So this panic is real, man. We had almost everybody except Lucas Vazquez drop out of packs. And I think a big reason why Lucas Vazquez actually went up, he was probably like 44 to 40K. He's up 9K. The links with this card are great. And a lot of people, are kind of go with that cheaper team. I actually got a 20-0 with this player, so he's very good. Cheaper team is where you're going to want to be looking. Again, that like 50K budget. I'm sure if we look at like Koundé and some of these meta golds around that price, they've probably had an incredible rebound overnight. So yeah, Koundé went down to 15K. He's up at 19, but expect him to probably drop again today. And in my experience with Saturdays and Sundays, the market is really not too many people buy after content Saturday and after content Sunday. A lot of people start buying again on Monday. So we may have this kind of really up and down market until Monday. I think Monday we might get a little bit of a rebound. But then again, guys, Monday after content, we have our chance for some crazy content, whether it's a hero or an icon pack. And then Tuesday, we've got Team of the Week packs. So there's a lot going on there. And there's a lot of chances for the market to go down, during those periods of time. So watch out for that. Something you have to think about. And yeah, I would stick towards, late night snipes on gold, selling in the morning when the volume of players is coming on, and anything that's really out of packs. I think some of these road to the knockouts are going to be a little bit more stable than other players because they got recent upgrades. And you should be looking at players that are linking well. These are the kinds of cards that you're probably going to want to be focused on if you're trying to do some trend trading. Bisaka was what, 123, 121, and right now he's 126. So we're at midday on a Saturday, and people are buying teams to kind of finish out weekend league. I'd say it also, another big deal of why the market is kind of really crashing right now. This is the worst team of the week by far. The amount of people, I've played weekend league. I've played 20 games every single Friday since the start. I've been grinding the streams out for those. And this weekend, I have no motivation, and a lot of people don't. New Call of Duty just came out. Not saying that's the game that everybody's going to go to from FIFA, but a lot of people are just kind of taking a weekend off or chilling out a little bit. So because there's also limited weekend league motivation, when you take a look at this team, really the only two players that people are actually interested in is Mane and Bentancur. And even those two players, compared to previous Team of the Weeks, are quite mid. A lot of people don't really care that much. So a lot of people are kind of taking a break this weekend. And if they are playing Weekend League, they're using a cheaper team. For me this weekend, I used a full untradeable team. I didn't even mess around with making a team, really. I bought a couple of the road to the knockouts from the market for some content, and that was it. I didn't even use anybody. So I tried to go really, really cheap and save my coins and use a team that was just not going to lose me a ton. Also because I knew that the market crash was happening. And a lot of people during a market crash just don't really want to buy a team. And that's totally warranted. Now, I know we're talking so much in this video. Speaking towards what's going to come out this Friday. Now, we went over this a little bit before. So basically what we have to kind of go over is the fact that, yes, there's going to be a World Cup mode, but that's not going to take people away from Foot. We're looking at FIFA Ultimate Team. And FIFA Ultimate Team is going to have everything happening on the 11th. So players selected in the 32 qualified nations will receive a FIFA World Cup player item with a FIFA Ultimate Team, starting from Season 2 on November 11th. So Season 1, guys, is ending in, I think, how long? 4 days and 15 hours. Now, right now is the 5th. So Season 2 is going to be out on next Friday, I believe, Friday morning. We're probably going to have a ton of World Cup themed stuff in the seasons, I'm assuming, right? It's been really copy-paste for a while, but EA is deciding this year to really integrate the World Cup into FIFA Ultimate Team. So not only that, you're going to get one player from the World Cup. There's going to be a ton of items being added into Foot, and that's why there's so much panic right now. There will be plenty of additional opportunities to earn FIFA World Cup player items during Season 2. Select packs that you earn from rewards, as well as some store packs, will be refreshed to start, including FIFA World Cup player items as guaranteed bonus content during Season 2 until December 23. This means that packs with FIFA World Cup player items will contain their usual content as well as their FIFA player items in addition. There will be more FIFA World Cup player items available in milestones. So you've got more players coming. You've also got a swap system that's coming on 11. So a lot of time when there's swaps as well, a lot of people sell teams and work on swaps. And again, just to clarify, if you don't know what swaps is, it's right now we actually have a swaps in FIFA. We've got like an FGS swaps. Swaps is a program basically where EA gives you the ability to earn tokens and then unlock rewards. They're a lot better than this. So in the past, we've had like swaps programs that for 3 tokens, you can get an 8325. Usually you have to actually like go ahead and do online objectives. And a lot of time it's gold and gold. We have got squad battles as well. So there's a lot of objectives you have to do to get these tokens. But in the end, they're crazy. And a lot of people, dictate their focus towards this and not really playing like rivals or weekend league and using teams. People want to grind this out because, these rewards are really worth it. Sometimes there's guaranteed players. So this is something to really look forward to. Swaps tokens will also be out on this Friday, and you will earn a token when you log in. So that's going to get kickstarted on this Friday. And again, you're going to have these World Cup swaps tokens that you can get and you can redeem items. So this is going to be a little bit crazy. And that's why also there's some panic, swaps. You've got FIFA World Cup cards coming into this game. EA have already announced that they're going to drop SBCs objectives. There's a new season. There's going to be new players in packs. And this is a lot of the time what happens in FIFA. A lot of times in the past, people kind of panic sell, and they buy back the same players. it's not necessarily the same anymore. Yes, people still will buy back Mbappe and Vini and, Inform Ben Yedder and these meta players. But a lot of times nowadays with these promos, a lot of these promo cards don't rise out of packs because people have that interest of, okay, this week is out of position. I'm interested in the promo this week. And then next week, the interest shifts, right? And we've got to sit here collectively and understand that the interest is entirely shifting towards the World Cup. People are focused on that. It's coming. It's happening. And people are getting ready for that, right? And that's where everybody's mindset is going to be on FIFA. I want the new FIFA World Cup items. I want the new premium, World Cup SBCs. So we've got to understand that. And that's why we've got to kind of sit back and say, okay, it makes sense that some players are dropping. People are moving on. We get it, right? So the FIFA World Cup in-game tile will also show 10 reward levels. So not only that, you've got swaps, you've got reward levels for grinding, which is going to be probably a lot of friendlies and stuff. You'll get rewards, you'll get packs, you'll get player picks. You'll get these towards the end. And, this is the crazy thing. And this is also why I think a lot of the selling is warranted. A lot of people who pre-order this game, a lot of the hardcores, at least a lot of people on this channel who pre-order the game are going to get one of these players next Friday in a pack. I would say literally out of all of these players, I think there's like 20 to 24, like 90% of them are going to go right into someone's team. And so what that means is that a lot of these players are going to replace players. A lot of players are going to get rid of one player in their team and put one of these players in. And so that also makes sense why a lot of demand is going to shift away from the market. You've got this kind of new promo, this new thing happening, and it's real. So I think, a lot of times I sit here and I'm like, wow, this panic is really stupid. This doesn't make sense. But no, I can't say I didn't see this one coming because, generally, like, it makes sense for the market to be this way right now. There's going to be a huge shift in interest coming in. And I get it. I totally get it. And, for me, what I'm really going to focus on over the next couple of days, I've got to entirely kind of like get my club liquid. I don't have that many meta players, but I've got failed investments like, this Lautaro Martinez, where he's 25K. I need to just get out of these so I can kind of get that extra 300K that's sitting on my transfer list. And, I just got to move on. That's what I really got to focus on here, guys, because I, for me, have been really, really lacking with the trading motivation. Just because, a lot of times, like this week, I tried to make some coins around rivals rewards and I failed. I lost like 20K a card on so many cards. You guys have seen it, right? Like I bought Barella. I got really unlucky with Barella because basically he was actually up at like 93 and then Zambo and Ben Asser got upgrades, and I got screwed out of that. But same thing with Modric. I've lost like 20K a card on a bunch of cards, and that's the problem with the market. The market is absolutely ruthless this year. You just get destroyed if you buy at the wrong time, and I've been on the wrong side of things. Between the streams and everything, I've been buying at the wrong times a lot of the time. A lot of cards not rising out of packs, so we've got to really shift our interest and get focused here with the market. We've got to get ready. We've got to get our coins together because, over this, next week, there's actually going to be, a lot of opportunity to buy. And that's why I said I'm not that disappointed that we've got to crash this week because there's going to be a lot of buybacks. There's going to be a lot of continued selling, which means there's going to be a lot of trends. And I'll be going over that with you guys. We're going to have another video later today. Tonight going over some more market stuff. So again, if you enjoyed the video today, drop a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, guys, because we are gonna have a lot of content starting to come out next Friday, especially around this World Cup. But not only that, we're gonna have a lot of market-based content kind of going up, guys, because well, yeah, there's a lot going on. So do we have this guy untradeable? We don't. I'm actually gonna put him in the club. So yeah, guys, thanks for watching the video. Not too much else to say. One thing I will say is that I've kind of gotten stuck here with a lot of team of the weeks on the transfer list. We've got to do the daily login. I think really the best thing that I'm looking at to make coins in the near future is stocking my club with 84 85s. Doing that, I think that's really, really, really important, guys. I think that's going to be our key to making a lot of coins. 84 85s, because I think the number one stable thing in these market crashes and everything is that people are really going to always go through and do whatever, like those gamble SBCs, so the team of the week stuff, and those should be pretty guaranteed coins. You're just going to have to navigate around these buy times because you never know when EA is going to drop these tradable packs via SBCs. Could be a random day in December and EA give a 50K tradable pack, and if you buy before content, you're going to be in trouble. That's what's the problem. So thanks for watching the video today, guys. We'll have another video later. I'll see you guys then. Have a good one, guys. Peace.